Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel, just a quick one here. We're changing the lower control arms, so a quick straightforward video. Basically, if there's no complications with all these bolts, they're already loosened off, he's already all over it. If you want a hand to lift those out, mate, none of the bolt seized yet. Oh, look at that one, it's already coming out, there it is. Beautiful, look at that, told you it'd be a quick video, just like that, boof, and they're out. Alright, so the procedure is normally you put the car up on the hoist or whatever you're doing, get the wheels off. Normally you've got to take the bash plates off, depends which bash plates you've got. But you can see these ARB ones that we don't really like, but that doesn't matter. That's not what the video is about. There's plenty of room to get to the bolts. Sometimes some of the plates come up near those and gives you a bit more room to get the sump guards or bash plates out of the way. But this one's a little bit easier. Now, it pays to mark. You put a mark where all these bolts are. You're definitely going to need a wheel alignment afterwards. Now, this is why a lot of suspension installers say, oh, you definitely need a wheel alignment, because what they do is they do it the easy way. So this is a combination video, a combo video, right? Have a look at this. Once you loosen that and undo the bottom of your strut and take the two bolts out of the bottom here, right, to your lower ball joint, and undo those three nuts at the top there. See this whole strut, let's just have a look at the bottom. It can come straight down. Look, to be honest, we don't do it this way because I don't like to force wheel alignments on people, especially when there's not enough people that can do it right. But it looks to me as though that strut comes straight down through there without even removing this tie rod end. So that is another way to do it. If you know you're definitely going for a wheel alignment, saves you removing the bash plate, the sway bar, the tie rod end, but it forces a wheel alignment. Once you undo these, once you even loosen those front and back, they adjust your camber and caster. So once you loosen them, even if you've marked them, you can mark them. I suggest you mark them, put them back how they were. That's going to get it close, but with a different arm it's going to be out. Even with the same arm it's going to be out. I'm telling you now, these are so sensitive to adjustment here. You're going to need a wheel alignment once you loosen those. Right, so they're the front ones. You can see there's a bit of lube. Did you lube those before you got them out? Yeah, that's what you do, obviously. The smart man puts the lubrication on, but you can see the back one, it's just a bolt. There's a bit of rust on it. That's not usually the problem one. The problem one is this one, it's the sleeve. Now, we can supply you the lower control arms. You know, we don't keep a lot in stock. It's not a big thing. I don't want to sell them necessarily, but for the VIPs and the people that are listening, the people that are close by, that want to pick them up, we can send a set every now and then. It all comes down to supply. At the moment, we've got more demand than supply. We also keep these in stock. You don't need to replace those. There's not an issue with that. Clean it up, lube it, straight back in she goes. But if they're seized to a point that you've got to cut them out, it does happen sometimes, we keep those in stock. A couple of sets for the 120 and a couple of sets for the 150. Now that doesn't mean all the nuts and bolts. We don't have those. We don't have this end. We don't have the bolt. We've only got the problematic part, which is this caster adjuster with that sleeve on it is what we keep in stock. This is what we do now. We get the split pin out, we take the nut off. We need to reuse this little bracket that comes off the lower ball joint on the new arm, right? The best way to get these off, considering these are going to scrap metal now, once we get the split pin and the nut off, you just give it a good hammering. Same way as we get the tie rod ends out, give it a good slap with a big hammer and it'll come off usually pretty easily if you hit it hard enough. We're just taking that nut off over there. Usual stuff on the steering rack, the usual light bit of sweat there, nothing to worry about. Check out our inspection, vehicle purchase. There's a playlist, there's a vehicle inspection, service inspection type playlist. Check those out and you'll know not to worry about things like that. On the drive shaft here, you can see that usual kind of little bit of oozing coming out of the boot there. That's not something to worry about. It's just keep it in mind. If the boot ever splits from a stick or gets damaged, then you just change the whole drive shaft, because my guess is, I'm trying to remember, does anyone remember how many Ks this one's done? I'm trying. It's probably about 300,000. Look, looking at that, I reckon it's done 300,000. So if the owner of the vehicle watches this video, can put it in the comments and go, mate, I can't remember how many Ks it's done. The fact that the arms are getting replaced, let's have a look at the bushes. Nuts off, bit of a hammering, and off she comes. Beautiful. Now that is scrap metal. We're going to have a look at these bushes, won't we? What are they actually like? Because they're being replaced upon the client's request. That one doesn't look too bad. It's a small one. We need to see the other side. We'll flip it over. Just having a quick look here, no big deal. Yeah, the bush is a little bit how you going, whatever. So apparently someone said there was a problem with the lower ball joint. I don't know about that, but this bush over this side looks pretty good. But then again, we might need a bit of twist on it to see the split. Always hard to see when it's not in the vehicle and all the pressure's off it, but that one certainly looks a bit damaged. Oh, look at these nice shiny new ones that I got for him. Beautiful. Oh, those rubbers are going to be a little bit better, and it's the only way to get a genuine, this ball joint here is on the arm. So bada bing. It's something that generally you do about every 300,000 Ks. So even though they are expensive, at least you know what you're going to get and how long they're going to last the second time round. Mate, this floor's a bit dirty. What's going on here? You know, it's not really a Prada hospital at the moment, mate. Need to clean up, get this messy job out of here. Nice shiny control arms, beautiful. One holds the arms, two-person job. So it happens quickly when you've got 2 or 3 people on the job. Boom, 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 in and out, in and out. Wham, bang. Thank you very much. That's it, that bolt goes in. It can't fall out at least now anyway. We'll get the other bolt in at the back here. See if you remember which way this goes, mate. You took it out 5 minutes ago, mate. It's been a while. Oh, look at that. Push the bolt in, slip that on. Look at this, order of business in case anybody's doing their own and they forget. It's pretty straightforward. Just lay all your bolts down where they came off, pointing in the same direction. Just remember when you tighten some of them up, some you need to turn the bolt, some you need to turn the spanner. Like for example here, this is the one that you lock up at the front because this one doesn't spin, but then you come to the back and you need to undo the nut at the back, right? Because these two don't spin, right? So just take a good look at those components. I suppose that's an important, integral part of the information if you're going to replace these yourself. At the front, you need to undo the bolt. From memory, it's a 19 mil, is that right? Yeah, 19, still 19. And it's a 19 at the back as well. So just think, furthest back is the nut and furthest forward is the bolt to loosen them up. The rest are the adjusters, if you know what I mean. And this one came out fairly clean. And it's happy day. Well, we're looking at this OME gear. I just thought we'd have a look. I don't know the age of it, but just thought I'd show you how bushes go all the way to the whole vehicle on top of those. And these aren't bad, these ones. They're made by Monroe, you know. See, made in Australia, right? In you know, South Australia, Tenaco. They brought Monroe. Anyway, they make these, and the bushes are good, but they're not as good as the Dobinson's ones, because the Dobinson's ones, like the genuine ones, they come off and they're not even squashed like that. They're bloody awesome. Anyway, now we need to lift it up and slip that back into there and get the bolt in. Happy days. Yeah, look at that. Look at this, mate. Many hands on job makes the job easy. Oh, what's the matter, mate? The bolt won't go through. Oh, yeah, a little bit too much Loctite they put in there.
A bit too much.
Yeah. I reckon F-tight works on those anyway. I've never had a problem with F-tight. There we go, all back together. Beautiful. So, you know, probably not a bad idea to change your arms at the same time as your suspension, because it can make your suspension install easier and change your arms and get your wheel on it. Just know that whenever you change the arms, that's when you're going to upset things here, and you're definitely going to need a proper wheel alignment. And that's a full wheel alignment, not just toe in. The full camber caster adjustment happens right here at this point. So there they are, they're in. Nice, beautiful control arms, good for another 300,000 Ks. Hopefully we all learnt something out of that. If you did, smash that like button and you know, subscribe, turn the bell on if you want to catch some more information. Check out our playlists and other videos. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.